Hello, I am Jason Swan with DB Services, and today we are going to be talking about a feature in Salesforce's Nonprofit Cloud. While the Nonprofit Cloud has many amazing features to work with, like fundraising, grant making, program management, and case management, the one that we're going to focus on today is Outcome Management. Outcome Management is an impact measurement tool for you to define, measure, and evaluate your organization's outcome strategies. With it, your organization will have a better time assessing the impact or the meaningful change that your organization has on the world. Before we look at the objects in Outcome Management, we should go over some impact management concepts to get the most out of its features. The first concept is the theory of change. The theory of change is sort of the hypothesis that your organization has formed of how and why your programs and benefits lead to the desired outcomes for participants. To put it another way, the theory of change is the problem your organization is trying to change in the world, the desired outcomes your organization is aiming for, and the methods to achieve the desired outcomes. When outlining your organization's theory of change, there are some elements to consider. Inputs are what you invest into your programs or benefits, such as time and money. Activities are the processes performed in order to achieve your organization's desired outcomes. These include cleaning up litter, hosting courses, and food drives. Outputs/indicators are what you plan to produce from your activities, such as the number of hours cleaning litter, the number of people who attended your courses, or the amount of food produced at a food drive. Outcomes are measurable changes that your organization expects to see in program participants, such as improved grades for people attending your courses, or an increase in food security from a food drive. Impact is the long-term change your organization expects for participants, be they individual people, groups of people, or the world. This can be anything from cleaner streets or participants graduating high school. With a theory of change and its elements in mind, you will have an easier time putting together a learning agenda. A learning agenda is a set of questions that can be used to improve your organization's activities. The questions should aim to help your organization identify assumptions, knowledge gaps, or evidence needs in your organization's activities. We've provided some example questions in the Outcome Management article, but remember that there is no one-size-fits-all question for your organization. There are 3 steps you should take in order to craft a learning agenda to your organization's needs. Take your organization's learning goals, such as improving the experience for program participants, and align it to your organization's impact goal, like hosting courses to help participants graduate from school. Formulate questions that you want answered, and determine what indicators your organization can utilize to answer your questions and for data collection. With the learning agenda in place, the next step is determining a data collection plan. The data collection plan is how you will acquire indicators that provide evidence towards your organization's impact on participants and the world. Questions like, who does the problem most affect, and to what degree? Or, how does our organization connect with participants to solicit feedback, can guide you to identifying indicators that are meaningful to your organization and practical to collect. That was quite a bit to take in. But if you consider all the terminology and concepts about impact management, you will have no problem utilizing Salesforce's Outcome Management to its full potential. The Outcome Management app is the center of all your outcome needs. The home page offers a compact view to show the outcomes, indicators, and performance periods that you will set up to better assess your organization's impact. The home page also includes assessments that participants fill out for data collection, as well as available questions that can be used to build out new assessments. The app comes with tabs for all of the relevant objects to outcome management, such as outcomes, indicators, impact strategies, programs, and benefits. Better yet, the app is completely customizable, so you are able to modify the app to the unique needs of your organization. The first object to focus on is the outcome object. Outcomes are the measurable changes that you see in program participants. For example, this outcome record is for measuring the knowledge on healthy foods that participants display during a nutrition education program. This is a short-term outcome, so we can measure this change at relatively quick intervals. We hope that the participant shows an improved understanding of healthy foods, so we set the intended direction to increase. Once we have an outcome set up, we can start making outcome activities. Outcome activities are how we connect outcomes to the benefits or programs that have activities that will lead to the desired outcomes. For this example, the outcome activity connects our outcome to one of our benefits, nutrition counseling. This benefit is sure to improve participant knowledge, so the outcome activity record helps us list which benefits we can offer participants to achieve certain outcomes. With our outcome set up, it is time to set up the indicators that will be used to measure progress towards an outcome. Indicator definition records are used to provide standard descriptions to the measurables that your organization is looking for. For our outcome activity, we are giving participants an assessment to gauge improvements in healthy food knowledge. Since we have assessments that we can grade, we can make an indicator definition for a knowledge score from these assessments. With the indicator definition set up, we can start using indicator assignment records to connect indicator definitions to our outcomes or programs. In this instance, our indicator definition is related to the outcome we set up earlier. Since we said earlier that we want to see an increase in knowledge for our participants, we'll set the intended direction here to increase as well. The next step we can take is tying our indicators to specific time frames using the indicator performance period record. With indicator performance periods, it will be easier to see the direction our participants are going over a period of time. For this performance period, our participants were shown an average score of 67 points. We are hoping that by the end of the year, we will show a knowledge score of 85 points. For year 1, the last result value we saw was 73. These scores that we saw come from indicator results, where we store the actual measurements of our indicators. Since these measurements are taking place throughout the performance period, we set the result type to interim. While we can always create the indicator results manually, one benefit of Salesforce is that, with knowledge on Apex or flows, we can set up indicator results to be calculated automatically. This may be a bit more complex, so make sure you have a developer in your corner who can set this up with ease. With outcomes and indicators set up, we should start relating them to the overall impact our organization is trying to achieve for our participants. The impact strategy record represents the group of outcomes that show the strategy in place to positively impact our participants. We can choose what type of strategy this is, such as a logic model, theory of change, external requirement, or a strategic plan. Since this impact strategy is for our participants, we set the level to program. Other level options include organizational or department. We then connect the impact strategy to our outcome with impact strategy assignments. These are simple records, as they are just used to help us organize and list what outcomes apply to specific impact strategies. With all these objects set up, we still need a way to capture data from our participants. Since our outcome is measured with knowledge scores, we can use dynamic assessments. Dynamic assessments is a tool in outcome management that lets us build surveys that we can use to determine the knowledge score of participants. Assessment question records are used to create questions, and assessment question sets are used to group these questions. Once we have some questions set up, we can go use them to build an assessment. These assessments are turned into an OmniScript, which is part of Salesforce's Omni Studio. Once the assessments are created and distributed, we can go back to the home page of the Outcome Management app to view the results. This would also be the perfect opportunity to set up flows to automatically take these assessments and create indicator results. Assessments are a bit complex to set up, so this is another aspect where you should have a developer that knows the ins and outs of Omni Studio when building your assessment. Since we spent all that time setting up our impact strategy, outcomes, and indicators, we're going to want to see these connections in one convenient view. A great tool for this job in outcome management is the Actionable Relationship Center, or ARC. ARC lets us set up relationship graphs for a starting record, and can show the relationship for all those records too. On top of that, we can include actions on these graphs, which can let us filter the related records we want to see, or modify the records depending on the action. Better yet, we can put these ARC graphs anywhere, so we can make sure that we're seeing relevant data exactly where we need to. Thanks for watching. We hope you've gotten better insight on how to utilize outcome management to its full potential. There is still much that Salesforce's nonprofit cloud can offer. If you would like to learn more, be sure to contact us at dbservices.com.